Hey guys, so I had a question from someone that wanted to know, how long do I have to do keto and intermittent fasting for? In my mind, it's pretty obvious that it's a lifelong thing, but some people might not have that awareness. I had a patient about, I would say, 10 years ago, and called me up and said, Dr. Berg, your program doesn't work. I said, what do you mean? Well, I did it for 2 weeks. I lost the weight, just had a little weight to lose, and the weight came back. I said, what did you do differently? I said, well, I stopped the program. I said, well, it's not going to continue to work if you stop the program. He said, I have to stay on that diet the rest of my life? I said, well, yeah, you do, if you want to be healthy. So I think what's missing in this situation is really the education. And that's why I'm doing a lot of these videos, to give you the background of why this works. Why is keto and IF so powerful? And I think in that situation, we're dealing with a lack of understanding of why you're doing this in the first place. It's not just to lose weight. We have the combination of keto, okay, the benefits of keto, which are huge. More oxygen, less CO2, so you're going to breathe better. These ketones can act as raw material for your myelin sheath to help build up your nervous system and even the brain. More efficient fuel. The brain prefers ketones, the heart prefers ketones. So if you have a damaged heart or brain, your ketones will provide better fuel source for that. Less waste products. And then you have the healthy version of keto that I recommend, and that's supplying all the nutrients that your body requires, okay, which is way better than a version of keto called dirty keto, which you're pretty much eating anything you want, making sure your carbs are low. And then you have the benefits of intermittent fasting, okay? The benefits of ketones also help you reduce insulin, but the benefits of intermittent fasting will majorly help you reduce insulin. And reducing insulin is so important, simply because that's one of the biggest problems out there nowadays related to heart disease, related to a fatty liver. Because when you lower insulin and you lower glucose, you really shut down this oxidative stress going on in the body. Out of all the things that causes oxidation, and you can look at that as rusting out the body, glucose is at the top of the list. It's high blood sugars, high carb diets. So we reduce inflammation if we're reducing oxidation. So we don't get this inflammation in our liver anymore. We don't have to end up with cirrhosis, scar tissue. Our brains don't rust out. Our brains do better. You can actually regrow nerve cells when you're on keto and IF especially. Your memory starts coming back. You protect the neurons. Your hormones do better. Number one, you're going to be doing more fat, so you're going to supply more fat to the endocrine system, and that's what these hormones are made out of. And also, you're improving insulin resistance, so you're getting more absorption of amino acids to build up the hormones that are made from proteins, not necessarily fats or cholesterol. You also are supporting the immune system. When you do intermittent fasting especially, you're stimulating stem cells for your immune system. So it's a great way to overcome an inflammatory condition or an immune problem, especially autoimmune problems. And then we have the preservation of the nervous system. I mean, think about what happens when you have high insulin and high blood sugar. The reverse of that, you get peripheral neuropathy. So you get to improve that. Your kidneys do better. Kidney damage is one of the big problems when you have diabetes. So if we do the opposite of that, we keep our sugars low, we can protect the kidneys, especially if we're doing the healthy version of keto with a lot of vegetables and potassium. And then the eyes, pretty much every single eye problem, from cataracts, glaucoma, retinopathy, floaters, macular degeneration, involves oxidation from high sugar. That's why diabetics have a lot of problem with their eyes. So because the healthy version of keto and IF are so beneficial to you, you don't want to stop doing it after you lose weight. So to answer this question, it's really a long-term thing, your entire life. Now, as you build up your health, you develop a health reserve, and you can afford to go off the program here and there. But there is not going to be different phases of the ketogenic diet. You're going to start off real strict, and then all of a sudden we're going to add more carbs, like a lot of other diet programs. And lastly, when you do achieve your weight loss goal, and let's say you don't want to lose any more weight, instead of adding more carbs, you can actually add more calories and add more fat, and that will at least help you maintain where you're comfortable. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're liking this content, please subscribe now, and I will actually keep you updated on future videos.